that one
Okay,
mouse
now
pad going to
mine
two
just said
screens.
sorry. Mine
All right.
just said live.
Who are you?
Yo, guys, what's up? It is the one you've been waiting for all week. The bold one, the cold one.
No, that's me,
No,
Brent
what? What do
Leary.
you? What, dude?
you,
Wow,
you said the one they've been waiting for. I thought that was you were
hateration in
you were
the house.
leading my lead in because I always
Hate.
give you a lead in, and I thought, well, maybe you were reciprocating.
You never give me a. Why are you going to give me a lead in when I'm first?
No, well, I always, I gave you
Yeah.
the cold one, the bold one, and I always throw it to you. So I
Okay.
thought you were throwing it back.
Yeah, I'm about to throw something at you for sure.
We don't need to start this show with such nastiness.
Yeah, you're the one that pushed the button.
You the one that said the one people want, and I immediately thought you were talking about me, and I just said, okay, that was very
But we
nice of
all
you.
know.
We don't know nothing.
We all
Anyway,
know.
we know it's a Friday afternoon, and we're here, and there's kind of a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm guessing. Do you do you want to say anything to your people? The you know what do you call them?
Iceaholics,
TSP folks? Yeah, the Iceaholic
TSP,
TSP minions, whatever you want to call them.
master. What do you call them? Mind melders.
The mind melders,
Hopefully,
yes.
hopefully, some will be here. Some will come in.
You've got your
Welcome,
following.
welcome, welcome.
You've got your flock.
Hey, we all have our flocks. Birds of
I
a
don't have
feather,
no
bro.
flocks. I don't have flocks.
I
No.
know.
And
There's a
I don't
reason
really
for that.
I don't give a flock either. So
There's
that's
a
why I'm
reason for that.
saying
You
I don't
know,
need no damn
you're
flock.
you're not a lovable, huggable kind of guy
And your point is?
that I am.
I'm okay with that. I mean, was that supposed to hurt me?
No,
Uh,
no. Just letting you
anyway.
know just letting you know where you stand.
I know exactly where I stand. I'm 10 toes down where I stand.
This has been a crazy week.
Standing firm. You know what? Before we get into all the craziness,
Okay, because we're gonna talk about it today.
well, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I would like to go. Um, we used to be able to stream to X or Twitter or whatever the hell you call it, and now I guess apparently, in order to stream anything to Twitter or X or whatever you want to call that thing, now your boy Elon is making it so that you have to update or upgrade to a premium account in order to stream. That is just so
Elonish.
amateurish.
It's so Elonish.
It is amateurish. Why are you going to do that? Now, look, I could see, things that weren't free before. If you add a new service that never has been there before, people aren't used to using it. But, if they want to use it, if it's a cool service, then all right, make that part of your premium package. This is just ridiculous. I don't know. I want to ask anybody out there, if there's anybody out there listening, do they think if you do not have a premium Twitter account now, but you did stream, maybe you were using it and you were streaming to, do you have any plans to upgrade to the premium account just so you can stream? Because I'm guessing if you weren't already upgraded to that package, you didn't care about anything else enough to get the premium. But if you were streaming like we were and a ton of other people, and you did not have the premium, are you looking at upgrading because it's so important to get to that audience that it's worth you streaming? I don't know what you're going to say. I'm on the fence. I don't think I need to pay anything.
How much is the upgrade?
I don't know. I didn't even look
Well, we'll see. That would be my
because I
question.
just don't. I don't. What is
So
it
you
like?
have
I
to
don't
have
know.
a $8.
$6.99 a month or something. I don't know.
I mean, if you had the audience, I'd pay it. It'd be extortion, but I'd still pay it. I mean, you look at Facebook. I mean, they cut it off completely, so you can't stream
Well, that's
inside
the
a group.
groups, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, that was something free before, and they cut it off. Um, so I don't know. I mean, would I pay for it if that was where I built my audience and I needed it? It's a drop in the bucket. I'd pay for it, you know.
I
But
I've
it's
I
annoying.
mean I've seen like certain shows that I do previous to this thing going on, yeah, I could see like 100 people watching on X. I don't know what that equates to, what that converts to, other than some people watching. I don't think it does me any gets me any more business or anything. So that's why I'm curious. I mean, is it a vanity metric? Oh, we got 100 people watching on X. Oh, I feel good about myself.
Aren't all vanity, all of these vanity metrics though?
Not necessarily. No,
You don't
I
think?
mean, not to the folks on YouTube that they're trying to make a livelihood out of this stuff.
Yeah. Well, hell, they're getting paid.
Some
You
of them
know.
are.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, it's not like they're paying to play. They're getting
Yeah,
paid
that's right.
from it.
You don't. They do you
Which that doesn't make any sense to me that he would do that if you think
wait a
about
minute,
it.
just out of curiosity, if you have like millions of subscribers, you're not paying YouTube anything to
No, you
keep.
don't pay. You don't pay for any YouTube except if you want to skip the commercials.
So there,
Other than that, it's a freemium.
so this guy didn't he say he wanted to compete like with these other social channels? What other social channel makes you pay to stream to their
Well, let's
user
be
base?
clear though. Let's be clear
All
that
right.
he's not making you pay to stream. They implemented a premium tier, and now they've moved streaming to the premium tier only.
What does that mean? That means they're making you pay to stream. Come on.
Well,
What's
I'm
that
saying,
semantics?
I mean, before,
If you were
either
able to
way,
stream for free before and now you can't stream for free going forward
unless you're a premium member.
unless you pay to stream.
Okay.
So I don't get how he's trying to say, oh, we're going to be competitive with the big. No, you're not, because YouTube ain't paying, making us pay to stream. You know what? Here's the
Yeah.
thing. YouTube, you either stream or you upload the video, and guess what? And they're not paying you, but they're getting content, and then they're monetizing the content in all sorts of ways. Why can't he do that?
Because he's not that savvy.
How many people were streaming that aren't going to pay, where he could have had all this content and look, we're pretty comfortable with what YouTube does to monetize it. Why couldn't he have done that?
I don't know. I mean, because he's trying to grow his subscriber base. You know, that's the monthly recurring revenue. That's what they're trying to really make their money from, because they're losing money on advertising. So they got to make it up somewhere, dude.
So wait a minute.
It's business.
So YouTube is not losing money. They're making money. They are getting millions of people to upload and stream all sorts of content, and they monetize that. Versus this guy who's trying to make the streamers pay
right
up front and crying about monetization. Why don't you look at the one that's making the money and emulate what they do, as opposed to trying to do something completely different, which keeps a cap? Because let's face it, most people will pay for they will pay for their attention. They will pay for the convenience. Then he'll never make any real serious money off of that platform.
Well, that's because he's a dick. And the reason why people don't pay to advertise on his platform is because he's a dick. I mean, if he wasn't that, then he would have a plan, a strategy. He'd be able to do that. But people boycott him and won't pay him because he's being a dick. So I mean, you're paying. Hey, look.
So I don't want to give him any money.
No,
I'm not getting. Then you just be I'm not planning on giving that dude a cent,
not a quarter,
especially a cent, so that I can stream and he can get content and do whatever he wants with it.
But I'm going to say though, if I was making money on that platform through that audience, I would pay the
How many people are making money from streaming to X?
I don't know. Like you said, we were streaming there. I forgot that was even an option. So that's, right. You know what I'm saying?
Because all of our interactions are either on Facebook or LinkedIn. They hardly ever came in on Twitter.
Yeah, I've never seen a Twitter comment ever. So anyway.
So we just decided, the hell with that. We're not doing that.
Yeah. All right.
What's the point?
I'm bored with this conversation.
No, you just want to talk about whatever.
Yes, I do.
Before you get going on that, let's
Uh,
cover a couple of quick things.
uh,
Because this is right up your alley. OpenAI begins testing AI powered search,
okay, that'll work.
and
Yeah,
Google all of a sudden backtracks on third party cookies. Is there
that
any
was huge, right?
is
That's
there
huge.
any connectivity between OpenAI coming out with testing AI powered search and Google all of a sudden saying, you know what, we're backtracking on third party cookies?
Could be. I never put that throughput there. I never drew that line, but I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe,
All right,
maybe.
give me your thoughts on the what is it called, Search GPT?
Search GPT. I mean, hey, man, Perplexity has been one of my favorite tools that gives me the ability to get information in real time. Um, and basically, that was a marriage of ChatGPT and Google. And now ChatGPT is going to do it themselves inside of their platform. I think, just based on the rollouts that they've had and the way that they make stuff work, I think it's going to be a game changer. They actually do have good tools. So
Who
this could be bad for Google.
How do you think this, step aside from Google for just a bit, how do you think this impacts Microsoft Bing, and the relationship between OpenAI and Microsoft?
You know, I'm so you- I'm trying. I'm going to try to think. You know what Bing is like Bernie, right?
Bernie
Yeah.
Sanders?
No, Weekend at Bernie's. It's that
Oh,
dead thing you
oh,
drive you drag around to parties all the time and act like
dang.
it's still got some. And that's what Bing.
I hadn't thought of that one in a
Yeah,
long
you know what
time.
I'm saying? It was like, is this gonna do it? Is Bing gonna come back? I'm just, I'm done with that. I'm done.
Oh, jeez. So does this make Microsoft potentially, what is it? What does Microsoft move if Search GPT takes off and starts making inroads not only into Google but into Bing? What do you think Microsoft's move would be?
They'd probably just roll it all up and make it work. That's the one thing they keep trying to you know push Bing down our throats, right? And nobody wants Bing, bro. We don't. It's not like we don't want search. We want search. We want intelligent search, but we just don't want Bing. Nobody's ever going to say, "Hey, go Bing it." It's just
Why
not
don't you like
happening.
Bing? Why the
It's
Bing?
not. Look, it's not me. It's the public.
Wait, but you don't like it. So tell me why you don't, specifically why you don't like Bing.
No, I really don't have a
Is
problem
it
with
the
Bing.
Microsoft thing, or is
No,
it the
no, no, no.
actual technology, or what?
No, I mean, at this point, it doesn't. Honestly, I use Microsoft's browser. That's my default browser, right? As opposed to
Okay.
Google Chrome, I use Microsoft. Um, and but I do change the default search to Google. And I think what I don't like about certain parts of the Bing is just it's cluttered with junk. So that's one thing I don't like about Bing.
The interface.
Yeah, the interface, and they're just they clutter it way too much. I mean, and hey, don't get me wrong. At this point, Google clutters it way too much with advertisement too. So, but I honestly do not have like this aversion to Bing. I just it's I'm just used to the results that I get from Google at this
But you
point.
still don't like it for you don't like it because it's Microsoft too. You got there's something in there a little bit,
No,
right? There's a little.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's corny. The Bing thing to me is just corny. I never liked. Hey, we're coming out with this Bing. It's
You
like
don't like the
Bing.
name,
Yeah, I don't like the name.
so you don't want to Bing it.
Yeah, do you see? That's what I'm saying. It just never worked, which is weird because Google's the goofiest name ever.
That's what I'm saying.
You
But you know
know,
what? Here's why I think one worked and one didn't. One, we never knew it, and then it came out, and then it just kind of grew on us. And then the other is like, all right, now they're trying to be cute. They're trying to come
Yeah,
out.
the
They're
Bing.
trying to be cute with the name where these guys just
Yeah,
named it.
exactly. Exactly. And that kind of sucked. But then you look now at a whole generation that has grown up on Google, and Bing is really not even in the conversation. It's just not. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, Bing. Sorry.
So what chances does Search GPT have in disrupting Google? And
It's going.
when
It's
you
it's going to, yes, because it's
oh,
better.
so why? What?
Because it's
But you
better.
never tried it yet. You don't know if it's
Well,
better
we know it's
search.
going to be better because it's going to have intelligence in there. And, I mean, Google has tried to put intelligence in their
You
browser,
see it
but
in the results a little in the search results.
yeah, a little. But their intelligence is not that intelligent. So we've had
And
issues with that.
ChatGPT's intelligence is that much better? Or
Yeah, it's that much better. Of
I
course.
think I see Perplexity as being better, but I don't know if ChatGPT is better.
Well, we don't know what it's going to be like when it has real time data coming through it, but it's definitely, in terms of communication, it's really great at communicating with you. So
Well,
now we're gonna
communicating, but it could be
right. So
communicating
what?
junk when it comes to search. We don't know.
Right. Well, okay. So you're saying, is their search going to be any better?
Yeah, that's what I'm
And I
talking
mean,
about.
their search has to be based on Bing. I'm sure they didn't build a new search engine.
So does that mean? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. And they'll probably just let it go. Let Bing go. Just become GPT search and go.
well, it's
Powered
a yeah.
by powered by Microsoft, not powered by Bing. Nobody wants Bing. Just do
See, I
powered
don't
by Microsoft.
look. You if it was Chat Bing GPT, I think you would be okay with it.
No, they already got Bing GPT. They call it, what is Copilot. I mean, no.
No, I'm saying well, Bing is search, so I'm calling it Bing
Oh, okay.
GPT
Okay.
instead of
No,
Search GPT.
no. We don't want, the world does not, bro.
You are
Stop
such a hater.
trying to serve that up.
No, you're a hater of the name
I don't
of
I don't know what it
both.
is, but it's
You're
not
a
just
hater of
me.
you're a hater of both names. It's Bing and Microsoft.
It's not just me though. Don't put that off on me.
uh, okay. I don't know. So what chances do you give Search
Oh my god.
GPT actually successfully taking on Google and search?
I don't know. We got to see it first. And I mean, don't get it twisted. Google probably has some tricks up its sleeve, so it's just going to force Google. But it's always going to be about advertising. I mean, if I can't advertise on ChatGPT, which they probably won't have advertising in the beginning, um, then Google's still going to be the place where people spend their money. So, I
Here's
mean,
the
advertisers spend their money.
here's the one thing that will always be the case regardless of whatever people try to do, whatever these companies try to do.
What's that?
It's all about converting attention into actual revenue.
Right.
And right now, the tried and true way is advertising. I don't think, and I think this is a play for OpenAI to really not only get into search, but really get into ads in a much bigger way, in a way that gives them a little bit more flexibility because we're already used to seeing ads in search. So it's not like they have to try to convert us over to ChatGPT with ads. Maybe they're going to say the intermediate step is, well, people are already used to seeing ads in search. All right, maybe we'll do
Right.
search
Because I
first.
don't want to see ads in my Chat
Exactly.
GPT. Right. Yeah, that's
So
probably a good play. Yeah.
so does that mean they will be playing on YouTube or Google's turf?
Totally.
And maybe there will be some resistance when they try to bring ads into to their search, and people are like, why is this any different than what's going on with Google?
Possibly, possibly. But when I get my results from Google, I won't. I'm not able to take that and put that in stream in a chat. And I
So
think
we're
that's going to be the difference here,
so there
which you can do.
there's going to be serious components if they really want to take them on. They not only have to do the kind of some of the traditional search like stuff, but they also have to find a way to not take the bad part of the traditional search like stuff over to what they do. They got to try to figure
And
out
what's the
how do we
bad
take
part?
whatever people don't like about search. Like you said, it's getting cluttered and crowded. Some of these interfaces are like, all right, where are the organic results versus all the sponsored stuff? I mean, it's
Right.
really hard sometimes to tell what's sponsored, what's organic. And I think we still want the organic somehow emphasized over the paid. And that's,
Yeah,
that's
I'm not searching to get a paid ad. I don't. Why am I searching to get paid ads?
that's what all this search is added, all these sponsors stuff, and
Right. But that's why
so
people are so frustrated with Google search.
so how does a search GPT do what they need to do without bringing over the frustrations of the current search landscape?
We'll see. I mean, they've got a membership clear, platform, so maybe that's what they're going to continue to push. Uh, maybe because you think about like YouTube, you know, um, they put ads on YouTube, their in-stream ads and all that, or you can pay what $12 a month and have that removed, and you
I do
become a
that. I pay
member.
the YouTube premium. I haven't
Right,
seen an ad, but of course now all the content creators are putting their own
ads
ads.
inside of their own.
Remember
Yes,
back in the day with Miss Peggy? Remember this is a long time ago where she was putting her own ads into her stuff. Like, why am I going to have somebody else advertise on my stuff? So
right.
she would put her own, and she was way ahead of her time because I
Way
didn't
ahead of
remember
the
here.
game
That's what I'm
because
saying.
now here we are.
Now you can't get through a YouTube video, even if you have YouTube Premium, without like some sort of this is brought to you by, and then there's like a
A full
infomercial.
commercial. A full
Yeah.
commercial. Yes.
So it's like,
Yes.
damn, should I just not pay for YouTube Premium? Because I'm gonna see some commercials either way.
Yeah, but I mean, it's totally different when you like this is brought to you by.
Well, you know what's different about it? The YouTube commercial breaks are like right in the middle of somebody saying a word, and then you see an ad just it's like the most
I prefer,
disruptive.
no, I prefer if it's an in-stream ad. And oh, by
I'd
the way, I'm about to go.
yeah, I would much rather deal with that than you like just getting
Speaking
into
of
the thing and
which,
all of a sudden,
it's like no.
oh, get that out. Yeah. So all right. So you were going to give it a serious look over for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, I don't have to go outside external. I mean, like I said, I'm already a fan of Perplexity. And so being able to get search results in stream with uh, your results from generative text and then, go back in and do more, it's going to be awesome. I don't know what is so exciting about BTC this week that
What is
for
that?
you.
Bitcoin? Is
Yeah,
that
I'm not sure what
my man is my man
he's
is always hyped about
he's
Bitcoin,
always
man.
he's always hyped about some coin.
How much have you invested there, Gar? Because I mean, you be talking a lot about it.
I know, like, yo, I don't know what.
We haven't
All
mentioned
I
that
know,
word the
all I
whole.
know is that it hasn't passed 73,000 yet, so
All I
it's
know is
still not on a
we
tear.
we've been talking the whole time, and I don't think Bitcoin has come up at all. The Gar comes in lobbing his Bitcoin bomb in our laps.
Yes, I do have it.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute, you don't even have any? Wow.
So I'm trying to figure out. So what's your point about Bitcoin? What did I miss? Is there some new revelation today? It must be because you're talking about it. So what did we miss? Keep us
We ain't
up to
miss
date.
we ain't miss a thing.
I don't think so. I mean, I know there's some talk around it, but Yeah.
All right. Let's move to the other side of this equation.
Ah,
Google backtracking. How big a deal
oh
is
yeah.
Google, who came out all big and strong, and this is like a couple years ago, about we're going to remove third-party cookies. Everybody get ready. You got to start getting your first-party data stuff in gear because we're going to get rid of it. And well, we're going to get rid of it by the end of 2020.
Stupid.
Well, now we're going to get rid
Stupid.
of it by the end of 2021. Well, maybe by the end of 2023. Well, all right, we're not getting rid of it.
Yeah.
How big a deal is this?
It's not that big of a deal to me. I mean, just it didn't make any sense. It's like, how are you going to make any money, bro? I don't get getting rid of cookies. You know, I mean, cookies have been around forever. That's how you track. That's how you serve up good content. Good
Ah,
content.
thank you for the air quotes.
Okay, yeah, you're right, right. But I just didn't see that being a thing, and now it's not. So,
Here's why I think there's some connectivity here.
yeah, tell me why you think there's connectivity.
Hey, look, Google announced this third party thing. Remember back when Apple announced
Mhm.
that security update where instead of people having to opt out of
You'd have to opt
things,
into your
you
app,
had to opt in, and that brought a lot of attention to privacy. And
right?
Apple was getting all the accolades for leading the way in privacy. Remember, even your boy Zuck announced some privacy initiatives, and then after we got done laughing, we said okay. And then even they got a little bit of attention, although it turned out being kind of like, are you kidding? And so all the big dogs were starting to talk privacy, and who wasn't? Google.
Google,
So they I think they felt like, oh man, maybe this thing is starting to move, and we got to be in front of it. We got to be ahead of it. So they
yeah,
announced the third party cookie thing.
right.
Remember they started talking about that cohort and all this stuff and sandboxes and cohorts, and people are like, wait, so you're gonna get rid of third party cookies and then you're gonna unilaterally implement a new technology that we don't have a say in? So people balked at that, so that gave them the excuse to like, all right, well,
Push
we're
it
gonna
back,
push it back.
push it
and,
back.
and now maybe there's some, and all the while I don't think Google ever felt threatened at all from like the duck goes and the Braves, and these nipping at the corners, not really causing any kind of consternation at all for you. Google YouTube, all their stuff. I mean, their business model was so secure, they didn't care about that nibbling around the edges stuff. But this Chat
But
GPT thing, we saw what they've done with the AI assistants. And now they're saying, well, we're gonna start playing around in the search game. Maybe now Google starts feeling maybe these guys actually they might have something for us. So maybe we need to stop playing around here, and we don't even need to stop talking like we care about all these other things, and we need to stop fighting with one arm tied behind our back talking about this third party removal cookie stuff. So I think maybe they were goosed along by the thought of not even the current news of the search GPT, but the thought of what if they're successful, what could this mean to us? And so I'm thinking, all right, they're saying, look, we're taking all the gloves off. We're not gonna have one hand tied behind our back or anything like that. We need to start really playing serious. And I think that Search GPT might have some kind of connectivity to why Google all of a sudden is doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk away from the third party cookie thing.
maybe. I mean, maybe all those things combined. I don't think this one
Yeah,
announcement was the straw that broke the camel's back. Um, but I think, like you kind of said, I don't know how dedicated they actually were to doing it when they made the announcement. I
I think
think
it was
part
lip
of it,
service.
yeah, a little bit. It's like, and now that has run down, and privacy is not as big a thing as it was.
That's
Maybe
true.
that's why they just backed out as well as, okay, we got other you know fronts to fight on right now.
Maybe they thought privacy was going to be a bigger
Yeah,
issue.
I think they might have thought it was going to be a bigger issue, and now it's like, Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. I mean, I did do a recent survey around this, and kind of ranking the what's important to you when using technology.
Yeah, yeah. Just something just
Data
came back.
security,
Something
data
just came
security
back
is
to me.
yeah, data security is number one. Now, security, that's
Uh
different from privacy. So security is number one.
huh.
Number two, convenience.
Okay.
I think so data security was 35%. Convenience was 25%.
Yep.
Privacy was 15%. Affordability was like 10%. So it's not even the top two. Convenience is way more important even today than privacy is. And when you see stuff like that, and people are so used to giving up their data to use free stuff, it's going to be hard for that privacy ever to get that
So
really up that chain.
you're saying this was what, 2022?
What, when they came out with this?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's about that.
around
It felt
somewhere.
like it was in the middle of
Couple.
the pandemic.
Okay. So what's weird about that is I told you that back then.
What?
We had that argument back then about privacy and how important it was, and I was like, privacy's not that important. And you were like, yes, it is. That's why Apple's
Well,
doing
no,
all this.
to me it was, and I think Apple. Look, I think Apple did the right thing.
Oh yeah, I don't think they did. Well, I mean, it is, but it is what it is. But I didn't really feel like that was going to be like the big thing that made people choose one thing over another. However, having said that, when we have Gen Zers uh, having their friends using location devices on their phones, that privacy is not going to be an important thing going forward. It's just no, privacy's dead.
Do you think it'll ever be as important to things like convenience
No,
or affordability?
no, absolutely not. I don't think privacy is going to even be a thing anymore.
It'll never be a thing anymore?
Not really. No.
I think it's still a thing, and I think there's always going to be a certain percentage of the population that will treat it as a thing,
Yeah, maybe.
but it
Yeah.
just feels like
But they're all dying.
they're all dying. That's pretty.
Well, we're all going to die. But I mean, I just think,
Yeesh.
yeah, I think the concept of privacy and its importance, the way we figured it, is dying. I really do think it's dying. There's so much, everything's about transparency. I mean,
Like, I gotta say it like that.
because I'm so sick of the word, but,
You're sick of the word privacy
no
or transparent?
transparency.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was like, damn.
But,
Uh,
authenticity and all that stuff. So
all that,
those are code words for less private.
all that yin yang.
Yeah, you think about it. Those are code words.
All right,
Privacy is not a big thing anymore.
all right. So given that,
Yeah,
you don't think privacy is going to be a big thing, and OpenAI moving towards search. Are there any like messages that basically says, we're this even denigrates privacy as a topic even more, as the AI assistants that are driven off of public data or accessible data are now going to be able to uh, tie that into what possibly will be modern day search?
say that again.
So you got Chat GPT and OpenAI, and the way that those assistants operate with all snuffing up any type of public data.
Right.
Will that kind of carry over to what they do? That philosophy will carry over to do with search, and does that kind of make privacy even less of a thing as OpenAI moves whatever they've done with ChatGPT over to search, so that basically nothing is going to be there's going to be even more of a price on data, so to speak, so that even what they started with ChatGPT gets escalated and maybe exponentially bigger with search. Because let's face it, search is still a much bigger component of the daily activity than what people are doing with ChatGPT and other AI assistants. So as they kind of move over into Searchville, that behavior and activity and the way that they treat data starts moving over
Okay.
even more so. Does
Uh,
that wipe privacy completely out?
Somewhat, yes, but also it puts up more walls around data, right? So, and that's why ChatGPT's made so many, you know, um, partnerships with these data providers over the years, over this year, right? Is because they need data. They need the data. Will will privacy be? This is going to be. This is kind of crazy, Uh, but I don't think. Here's the thing, okay? And this is good. I don't think that they're getting into search just to get into Google's territory. I think they're getting into search because they need to have a way to get more uh, real time data and at the same time process that real time data so that it does not affect their training data. So it's kind of, so, and what I mean by that is this thought that Chat GPT and all these LLMs just take any old data and process it and put it inside of the machine. If you do that, then you have GIGO, which is an old principle of any data. Garbage in is going to equal garbage out. So they're not putting garbage in. So everything that's out there is not going in the Chat GPT because that would turn it into garbage.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people have that idea. There's there's guardrails on the data that they put in, right? So now if you have search, it's going to give them the ability to use un, un unscrubbed data, and it'll allow that to be used along with the scrub data that it's trained on, and then come out with some other outputs. But it will be recognized that the data that we used here was unscrubbed and could come from a general search. You
So
feel me?
basically, yeah, it's like they get a whole other avenue of data that they can do completely different things with than what they have over here.
Right. So they can marry that to that and come out with a whole new baby.
Well, I think the one thing I definitely agree on is it gives them potentially an avenue to really dig into, what the main meat of what Google has, which is this real time, like I say, search real time search data. And by them getting into that, they start to expand and even like kind of create a variety of the kind of data that they have at their disposal, and that allows them to do things at a scale that they aren't able to do now. So
Right.
I could definitely see that. And but I also, I mean, the specter of, I know you still kind of laugh at them, but it's kind of hard not to think, well, what is Microsoft's gonna say, and what say will they have in this? Because they do have a significant interest
They're going to
in
have a
Chat
say.
GPT and OpenAI. So it's like it's really an interesting kind of three card Monty kind of thing that potentially goes on, because they are Microsoft, they are the mothership to a certain extent, and they did get left behind in search. They hitched their wagon to the OpenAI early, so they did not get left behind in the AI assistant. But how do they make sure that if search is going to be reimagined or whatever you want to call it, I can't imagine that they will not try their best to be a part of shaping that reimagination.
Are you talking about Bing again?
I'm just saying Microsoft, just saying
Are we
Microsoft.
bringing it back to
I'm
Bing?
just
Oh
saying
no.
Microsoft. I don't want to go back to Bing at this particular time.
Well, you know what? If you think about it too, man, and we talk about privacy, I don't know of any organization, any corporation that has more data on people than Google,
Of
right?
course, I think you're right. I think
Right.
you know through their email, through search, and through videos.
And
I mean,
maps.
and yeah, so they got location.
Yeah. I
So those
mean,
are like four of
that's
the
a lot.
biggies right
And
there.
and devices,
Yeah,
and they got
yeah.
the device.
Well, they got Android, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's the operating system the device runs on. So I think, having said that, I think Google is uh, they got some issues, but they got a lot of levers they can pull, right? Because basically, all of those things were run on top of advertising data, and they've been able to put advertising and all those things, right? There's nothing that we have that comes from Google that doesn't have advertising. And Google has made that model of everything we do for you is free, but you have to give up your data, right? And so that probably is 100% the reason why data is not as important as, um, what'd you say it was? What's number two?
no.
Convenience, right?
Oh,
So um, I think that's how we got here. And these guys doing search is trying to play catch up. So even if you do search, you're not going to be like in the same ballpark as what Google has right now. So it's just the beginning.
all right. I'm going to turn it over to you for this last part here
The last part, why what's wrong with the last part?
because it's like
No,
because
man, bro, we can.
this
Oh
just this,
wow, you've
this
got.
just came in, so I just got a thing on this, so I figured, well, we'll just end with this because I know this is what you want to talk about.
That's not necessarily what I want to talk about.
Sure, it isn't.
But I mean, I don't care about the implications of polls and things like that. What I do think is interesting as hell is how a movement was kind of crafted uh, in the ethos overnight,
Are you talking
which
about like
is,
those 40,000 person phone call things
so they had a 40,000 person
and
phone
a
call.
20,000 one?
Then they had a 50,000, 40,000 black women, 50,000, 55,000, or 55 million, sorry, 40 million black women, 55 million black men, 100 million white women last night.
No, not 100 million. You're talking
Wasn't
about
I mean
thousands.
100,000?
You're talking about like there's
Thousands. I'm
40,000.
sorry, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to be 100 million. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Um, so no, but you're right. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, 44,000, then 55,000, then 100,000 in what, 72 hours? It's kind of
Something like that.
crazy.
Well,
That's just insane to have such movement come up out of nowhere. I mean, there was no, this is
no, it
totally
came out of
grass.
somewhere. It came out of desperation.
But I'm saying it was. What do you mean desperation?
People were desperate not to have the two candidates, that they didn't want
Oh
that to be
yeah,
their
dude,
choice.
dude. And then sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for, right? Because some people are like, "Well, Kamala, well," I'm like, "Bro, you said anybody."
Yeah, there was a lot of hate going her way, but it
Oh man,
seems to have dissipated quite a bit.
they need to mellow out. You said anybody, but well, then we got an anybody. So quit tripping. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously. I mean, it's like, and she's actually qualified. She's been doing the work. So it's going to be interesting to see if we see a repeat of this. You know, it's just hard for me to believe this is really like at that post Me Too movement, post George Floyd, that we're still trying to, that they're still trying to use those same kind of politics on the people and think that's going to win. That's hard. That's just really weird to me. It really is weird. I don't think America's the same America that it was way back when. It's just maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe you're gonna get it. Well, she's a girl. Maybe that's gonna work this time. I don't. But it just seems stupid to be, using that tactic to try to, you know, do anyway. It's gonna be
Yeah,
weird.
it'll be an interesting to watch how this all plays
Oh,
out.
it did. It's already been interesting. This whole
Yeah,
year has been crazy. Our
very
our
much.
country is absolutely. We knew it was going to be a crazy year, but damn, this gets
It's
better and better.
well, that's a way to describe it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Better and better. I don't know if
I,
I'd use
I,
this.
yeah, man. You're not enjoying the shit show. Come on.
I mean, it's a fascinating watch. Let's put it
Okay.
like that.
It's like yeah,
You-
exactly. It's like you see an accident, you can't help but look. You're driving like, oh shit,
I mean, the
whoa,
twists
that's
and
pretty bad. Yeah,
turns, the highs and lows have been kind of jarring, if you ask me.
it has been jarring, jarring. I remember you'll never. You know what? Here's the thing. What happened this week is one of those things in history that you will always talk about in your life.
Yeah, that's for
You'll be
sure.
like,
That's for
where were you when Joe Biden quit? You will always remember when you first heard that. It's like, what? Oh my gosh. We're seeing some
well,
real
it's
history here.
it's not only that, it was what caused him to quit and what happened in between the debate and the quit was an assassination attempt, if you want to call it that. So there's a lot that's taken place in the last 2 weeks. It's
Yeah, man.
like I said, it's jarring, man.
It is jarring. It is jarring. Yeah, when you sit back and you just really like, look, this is what we're going. It's yeah. Yeah. So that's really just I don't want to get out there. Everybody knows I don't like the talking parrot. Um, but
talking.
yeah. That's what I'm.
Who's that?
That's Donald, the talking
Oh, you call
Donald.
him the talking parrot?
Yeah, he's a talking parrot. He just an idiot. But everybody knows that. I mean, come on, give me a break, man. Look at the picture behind me. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying? But
I thought you were gonna have the other one with him, and it said "nope" in front of it instead of "hope."
oh no,
Okay, I just thought I'd
no, I can't even have that around me.
ask.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing around. But you know what I do have, and we've been trying. We cleaned out the house. And I told you we cleaned
Yeah, I
out
saw the
all the
picture.
stuff. Right? Huh? Yeah. Right.
So
And you
yeah,
know what we did not find, and I know it's in this house somewhere. I bet you I know where it's at. I bet you it's in this drawer over here. But I got a Donald Trump doll. Yeah. From
a
when he was
voodoo
on,
doll.
huh?
A voodoo doll.
Right, exactly. No, from when he was on The Apprentice, and you press his back and it says you're fired. You know, and I know I got that doll around here somewhere. It's just I've got to find that thing. That's just hilarious, hilarious.
That's kind of funny.
I haven't found it. I haven't found it yet, but I think I know where it's at. It's over here in this drawer where I keep a lot of my memorabilia.
Well, you go dig that out.
I'm going to, and I'm gonna bring it to the show if I find it. I'm gonna put a battery in it and let it talk.
And in the meantime, your cousin Guard didn't come back
He
with
never came
anything.
back.
Yeah,
What happened, Gar?
guess there really
Maybe
wasn't anything to talk about.
Maybe he's running to get some bitcoins. He probably went to go buy
I kind of
some
swore he would have
bitcoins.
already had some the way he kind of talked about it all the time.
No, he always talks about what's his he does Doge and that other one.
Oh, okay.
That's his thing. I told him back in the day, I was like, man, I can't do those because those move too much. I don't like those swings. Those give me headaches. You know, I don't want to watch my cryptocurrency like I did in the beginning. Man, I was so obsessed with it back in like 2017.
Oh, you were hawking it.
Oh, yeah, I would buy it and sell it and buy it back, and just try to ride the waves. Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. I can't do that anymore. That's
Oh
that's that's
wow.
not my jam, bro. That's not my jam.
All right. Well, it's a little early, but I don't care. I'm kind of tired.
You tired?
Yeah, it's been a long week, man. It's been a long week of content creating.
Oh, okay. Well, you're done with content for now, sir.
I want to go to a room with no lights and just
Hang
stare.
out. Okay. All right. Well, we can do the deuces.
All right. You around next week?
Yeah, I'll be around.
All right, folks. Well, enjoy your weekend. We will probably see you next week. So,
Peace.
pieces, Reese's.